Hello, welcome to Paxton Road TV. This is your Paxton Road TV review show for the game Liverpool versus Tottenham Hotspur. I am Sam Spurs for life. The score in the game, I'll start with Liverpool first. It's the home game. Liverpool 1, Tottenham Hotspur 1. A point each. Whether or not that point will be good enough all depends. In normal circumstances, a point at Anfield is a fantastic point. But before we get into the show, please make sure you like the stream. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and notification bell as well. Share all the content around and make sure you put comments in the comment section below. We're joined in the house by the foundation members, as I like to call them. I haven't seen some of them for a little while here. The one below, definitely ain't seen him for a little while. Man's just talking about 2021 since we last saw Marlon. But we've got in the house, Deji Spurs and Marlon Bashford. Gentlemen,
yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Delighted to be here. What a game. What a performance by the boys. I think, Sam, and Marlon, I think we have to just put some respect on Conte's name because for me, I was just saying just before we went live, usually at this stage of the season, Liverpool's playing for the league, Tottenham's come, nothing really to play for, and, maybe we do a performance like today and we squeeze out a point. But no, we've got to put some respect on the players because Liverpool had something to play for, Spurs had something to play for, and we came out with a point. All this thing about being Spursy, I'm not getting too carried away, but what you saw today was a step in the right direction. And for me, Sessegnon and Emerson, that's what we've been asking for all bloody season, mate. We want someone on the right to get down and whip it in. We want someone on the left to get down and whip it in.
Just do what you're paid to do, and we're happy, man. We're happy. Jesus Christ. Yeah, you're right, Deji. As I said, in any other normal circumstance, 1 point at Anfield, given our record at Anfield, it would have been great. I just feel now that there was a couple of opportunities there late on in the game for us to win it. Liverpool looked like they were obviously trying to go for it. They were leaving spaces at the back. But as we will look at the stats in a little while, it weren't like they were hammering and Lloris was making save after save. So from that perspective, the defending was really good. Marlon, what did you think of the game?
I thought it was good. I'm not gonna lie. It was a bit. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you. It's just we've got this man, we're just adding in the top as well. Here we go. Sid Spurs in the house as well. Welcome, Sid. Marlon's just going to give his overview. Do you remember Marlon? He used to be on the show a few times.
I do remember, yeah.
You remember his face?
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah. I remember his face too.
Years ago, yeah.
You know what it
That's
is.
enough brief for you, Marlon. Over with. Brief so far.
I thought it was good. I thought it was a good game. I thought they stuck to their game plan. To be honest, I'm not gonna lie. Emerson was my man of the match. I think that's the best I've seen him play. He was going forward and he was doing well defending wise. I still think we could have nicked it at the end, but we done what we had to do, get a point. I'm happy with a point, even though it might not get us in Champions League, but we didn't lose and we put in a good performance. That's all I asked for, to be fair. So it was good.
Yeah, we'll only see at the end of the season. There's still a few games. There's some really key games. We'll look at them in a little bit anyway. But let's talk about the performance first. Sid, give your thoughts on the game today. What did you think? We was like when Son scored, I think it's after 50 odd minutes, I was thinking, brilliant, we scored first. That was the thing I was praying for because I knew if we scored first, I didn't think we would lose the game. I always knew Liverpool had an opportunity, but if they had scored first, I'm not sure what would have happened. However, what was your thoughts on the overall performance and the result today?
Listen, I told you lot yesterday. I was the only one at the beginning. I was confident.
I was with you as well.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. And then you was with me, and I told you lot, don't you worry, because Conte's got a plan for you. And he had a plan for him, mate. I told you that yesterday, that Conte's got a plan, and we're going to see these players put in a performance today. And if Højbjerg had used a little bit of, not common sense, but a little bit of, if he relaxed a little bit and a little bit of calmness, we win that game. Because
if Harry Kane was in the position that Højbjerg was in and it was the other way around,
yeah,
I think that would have been a goal. I think Harry Kane would have gone for goal.
100%. But you know what? You've got to give it to them. They gave Liverpool a game. Counter-attacking, defending absolutely beautifully, mate. Absolutely beautifully. And Emerson, you know what? We slag him off every week in, week out. And he was the one that started off the move for the goal. So, you know what? You've got to, when everyone's playing shit, we're the first to kick these people into the ground and batter them, yeah? And when they've had a good game, you know what? You've got to say, well done, boys. Well done. And Emerson Royal, well done. Finally.
And that's what I said. because I've actually given Emerson Raw so many pelters. I changed his name from Emerson Raw to Emerson Peasant because I didn't think he's broad enough. And now the guy showed me that you can play wing back. And now it might be a one-off performance, but the one-off performance that we needed him to play against Liverpool is the best time to do that. So now if he can at least keep to that level, you're thinking against Burnley, you're thinking against, the likes of Arsenal. You're thinking against.
That's not jinx
what I'm trying to say. I know.
Respect on their name, Marlon. There's no jinx in here.
Yeah, it's true. Talk to me about Emerson. Who you thought? How do you think he did? And the wing backs in general, because I think they were the key to us getting that result today.
Do you know what? And this is why, earlier in the season we talked about the difference between a manager and a coach. And one thing that you're seeing in Conte is that this guy, he's working, he's drilling these boys, and it's starting to come to fruition. Sessegnon, before the goal, I thought he had Mo Salah on lock.
Yes.
Salah did absolutely nothing today.
Both games as well.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yes.
So Sessegnon, and then he was up and down, marauding up and down on that pitch. But for me, Emerson Royale, he had that that right hand side, that right back again, shut down. So the only thing that Liverpool could do, because the wing backs were playing so well, was Trent was just whipping it in. Robertson whipped it in until he pulled his calf muscle, and then they brought on the other geezer, and it just wasn't going to work. So for me, it was fantastic. I agree. I think Hotspur, with the Spurs team, I think they look up to Son and Kane. And can I just quickly say that Kane is world class, because the difference between him and Salah is the goal. And if that was Salah, Salah shoots.
Shooting all day long.
All day long. He had the presence of mind to give it to Cess, and bloody hell, what an unselfish play. What a leader in Harry Kane. But guys, I think we've got to be proud of the performance. Romero was rock solid. For me, I can't believe I'm going to say this. I said a couple weeks ago, we need 5 players. We need another Romero. We need wing backs. And I'm thinking to myself, if they can just stay like this, I can quite work with this, to be honest with you. I can quite work with this.
Deji, that is the problem. They have to stay like this. And we know that they don't stay like this. Emerson today showed me right. Okay. Because I thought that side was going to get absolutely rinsed with either Mane or Diaz with Robertson there. I thought this is going to be an absolute horror show down that right-hand side and the left-hand side, to be fair, because I knew that that's where they were going to attack, and they did. But like you were saying, though, it looked like Sessegnon again had a really good game against Salah. Didn't. He had a few opportunities against him, and he got the yellow card for having to talking about. That was a good yellow card to have. But on the right-hand side, I don't really. Although Diaz was cutting inside, I don't remember him going round Emerson too many times and crossing the ball. I don't remember Trent going past him, and there was all crossing, but they were crossing from angles inside the player. So again, we have to give credit where credit is due. Really fantastic performance.
Yeah, Sessegnon was good as well. Sessegnon.
Yeah, I was going to say. Well. So I was going to say, what do you think about the midfield? Because I thought Højbjerg had a really good game today. I'm not sure Bentancur played at the level that we've seen him play, but Højbjerg was definitely really going around and doing what Højbjerg does best.
I think first... Sorry, go on, Sid.
No, go on, you carry on. Go on.
I was going to say the first 10, maybe 15 minutes they were under pressure. I was like, oh, God, I've got to change the formation. But once they settled down, they done well. I think with Liverpool, the first 10 minutes of any game they played, they just go full pelt, and then you have to just be strong and just keep your ground. What does make me panic, though, is playing out from the back. But then when they beat the press, I'm like, well done. But when they don't, I'm like, come on, lads, my heart, I can't do it no more. But they play well. Romero, the guy is just amazing. I don't know, this guy.
He's too class. The only if I was going to criticize our performance, sorry, Sam, today, I would say the only player that kind of let the side down, and I agree, is that Bentancur just went up to scratch. I think we kind of needed him to kind of thread the ball. He didn't really get on the ball at all today. He was quite clumsy, and I felt like the game was a bit too fast for him. And I just cast my mind back to when we played Brentford the other day. If Eriksen was on that pitch today, I think we spanked Liverpool. I kid you not, because there was ample opportunity. They played so high. It just needed someone with a bit of composure to just thread it. Højbjerg's not that guy, although he did have a good game. But that's where Bentancur, that's what you need to do. You need to come in and thread it into Kulo or into Son. But, you know, that's just me if I wanted to nitpick. But to be honest, if you can get 1-1 and feel slightly disappointed in the way that we're feeling, then, you know, the boys have done well.
And that's the feeling I've got. I've got a bit of disappointment with the fact that we didn't nick it, and we had some good opportunities, you know, where there was space. And you said the space that was left behind. Had we had somebody who could just dink it over the top, or who could just play it between the two defenders or either side of the centre backs, because they were really playing a high line with Liverpool for a lot of that game, and then they went to almost like a 2-4-4. When they were chasing the game. And I was like, wow, if we get an opportunity here, we can really catch this on the break. And me and Sid were talking about it in the preview, was saying, you know, Liverpool are there if you can get past their press. But that first half, they were pressing so mad, they won the ball back 7 to 8 times in their final third, or our final third, whatever you want to call it. So I was thinking that can't continue. But what I think happened was they ran out a little bit of steam. They had a game on Tuesday, and most of those players that played on Tuesday played today. And as much as we want to say, yeah, they're going for 4 trophies, I don't care what level you're at. To play 2 games and have the euphoria from that to then come up against us was always going to be a tough ask if we scored first, and we did. So, breathe again. Sid, what did you think of Liverpool today? Do you think it was a little bit of maybe a bit of the Champions League coming back just to bring them down? Because said they were still at it, but not probably at it like I expected them to be.
No, do you know what? Couple of things. The first thing, you know, Deji was going on about Trent whipping the crosses in. I think he whipped it in that many times, right? That Mr. Whippy down the road ran out of ice cream. So he's not serving up any more, whippy ice cream. And you could tell they were getting frustrated because Emerson says, even the back three, because I think in commentary they were saying that the ball was just like a magnet to Romero. And as much as I love Glenn Hoddle as a player, do you know what? I have never, ever heard him say one good thing about Spurs. Yeah, it's shocking. These BT commentators, right, they are shocking because no matter what, yeah, even when Diaz scored that fluky goal, I was waiting for them to start waxing lyrical about Diaz. Thiago didn't have the best of games, but therefore he had a worldie of a game. So, you know what? It's everything. It was just Liverpool, Liverpool, Liverpool. They don't have a good thing to say about us. And how Glenn Hoddle still gets all these things at Tottenham Hotspur Football Club is beyond being, because never has a good word to say. But I think the game was all set up for Liverpool. Changing it to 7:45 was set up for them, because poor old Liverpool can't play on Tuesday night and then 12 o'clock or 2 o'clock on a Sunday. So no, give them extra 4 or 5 hours because they played in Champions League. Yeah, 5 minutes added on time, and then it is carried on even more. So. You know what? There was a lot of decisions. Fabinho, how many tackles does he need to have before he gets booked? But
that was a joke.
Yeah,
Disgusting.
That was exactly. But I think Liverpool had a plan. I don't think they anticipated our plan, and I think they thought they were going to roll over us. But I think they huffed and they puffed, and they realised, because when I saw the team sheet and I thought, you know what, they've got 3 in the middle against R2. I thought they're going to overpower us, especially with the 2 on the other side. But I think Bentancur and Højbjerg done a stelling job keeping Fabinho, Henderson, and who was the third one in the middle? Thiago quiet. And like we discussed yesterday, Sam, if we had that opportunity, right? I think Bentancur's been in our team for 4 months, and he's just getting used to the way of playing and how to release. Because I think today he lost the ball too many times, and even when he got the ball, that simple pass he just didn't do properly. But all in all, I think Liverpool thought they were going to come in an easy 3 points because we've got a shit record at Liverpool. And like I said, and like we said yesterday, Sam, this is going to be a different team under Conte. Conte likes to play against the big boys, Klopps and the Peps, and he likes to set a team out. Apparently, Klopp's interview is proper slagged us off, saying that we came to defend. We defended.
He always says that. He's a bad loser. I don't want anybody, you're not supposed to be happy when you lose. Don't get me wrong, I'm not happy when I lose. But the way he always so salty, he's always saying, teams defend deep, teams play long ball. And what do Liverpool do? They're a counter-attacking team as well.
Thank you very much.
So I don't understand that, but that's the saltiness. I don't care. Deji, what do you think Conte thought of the performance from the players today? Because I think he had a game plan. The game plan probably up until, I would say even the last few minutes, because then he made them substitution. It looked like he took off. Who was it? Son and who else came off?
Really came off, yeah.
And he went defensive. You can see that Winks and Sanchez coming on is definitely getting defensive. And then brought Berg on in with 2 minutes to go. The customary Berg win 2 minutes. I'm not sure what's going on. And you can see his face. This looks like, oh, what am I doing? But anyway, you told me, what do you think of Conte's setup?
Look, Conte's happy. Let's be real. Let's just put it into perspective. Spurs have taken the most points of the top 2 teams in the Prem. We've taken 8 points from City and Liverpool. So let's put some respect. And Crunchbag made a comment talking about we have quality players. Conte knows. Today proved that Conte is a big game manager. And I think for me, which was more important, which I think Conte is looking at with the Spurs team, is he saying, you know what? The mentality thing. You know, you talked about the mentality in the week that, and I love these comments. He said, to get a winning mentality, you can't just talk that. Winning mentality comes with winning. You know, this guy is just full of wisdom. So today he walks away saying, you know what? Even, look, I've been cussing Ben Davies. Look, if Ben Davies sees me on road, he chases me down the road. Let's keep it real. Ben Davies was absolutely rock solid. So Conte walks away feeling very, very happy with that result. The only reason why any Spurs fan and Conte might be slightly disappointed is because of Arsenal. But don't get it twisted. I think Leeds do Arsenal tomorrow. I think they do. But I think for me, Conte knows that, you know what? This Spursy kind of title thing, I think he's starting to chip away at it, because under normal circumstances, when we need to get a result, we don't. And tonight they did. And so we have to give them props.
And I look at it like this. I look at Arsenal's next 4 fixtures. Leeds at home, us away, Newcastle away, and Everton, I think, is their last game of the season. At home. Yeah. So if they win all 4 of them games, well done, Arsenal. You can't knock them. So there's going to be a slip up somewhere. We've just got to keep the pressure up. Now, what we've seen today, what I've seen today, is the players at least didn't lose the game. You know, that's what Conte made that point about before. If you cannot win this game, don't lose it like we did against Brighton. And he did it. So the players should, you know, at least go away confident that they are going to need to rely on Arsenal. But what we can't afford now to do is have any slip-ups in terms of the games we're now expected to win. Because we expect to win against Burnley on Saturday next week. But before that,
Sunday,
we have to win against Arsenal. So before we even get into Burnley, before we can even start looking forward, as Sid has mentioned before, and I'm now using that same mantra, it's one game at a time. What Arsenal do tomorrow is irrelevant because we have to do what we have to do against them next week, Thursday. So, you know, what do you think of the performance of the referee today, Marlon? I thought he was good. There was a couple of challenges I thought he let go on Fabinho that I thought, you know, could have maybe had a yellow card earlier, and that might have made a difference. What did you think overall?
You just stole my thunder. I agree with you. Fabinho had about maybe about 3 or 4 challenges, and I was thinking, ref, how many are you going to let go? But I think when you're a big team, you get the big decisions, and Liverpool got quite a few there. Because I guarantee you, if another player done it on Spurs, let's say if Romero, well, he did do one, does he? If he was to do maybe 4 challenges, he would have got it on maybe his second challenge. But Fabinho, maybe he was just a bit smart with his tackles, but he definitely should have got a yellow card way before he got it. But I think, as I said, I think when I was watching it, it came like I was watching Man United in the 90s, like early 2000s. It came like that with the referee. I was like, what is the point? That's why I think I need. That's why I stopped playing football, because I think I would actually lose my mind, because I can't take when a referee is just so like biased with the home team or big teams. Not always because they're a big team, they must get the big decisions. That's disgusting. Yeah. But yeah, he could have been a lot better. It was as I said, good performance overall by Spurs. I thought it was impressive.
Yeah. Sid, I guess the game was kind of being billed as the battle of the front threes, Tottenham's front three against Liverpool's front three. Who do you think came out on top in terms of overall front three? I guess who was more dangerous? Because as I said, I didn't see Mane that much in the game today. I didn't see Salah in the game that much. Diaz was definitely their most influential player, and I was scared for my life when I saw him get on the ball down that left-hand side most of the time. But apart from him, the other two, I was like,
I've been taking
okay. What do you think? Who came out on top in terms of the front three?
Do you know what? I think they took off Sessegnon 10 minutes from the end because they wanted to empty his pockets of Salah, right? So they thought, let's take him off now so he can start emptying his pockets. I honestly think if you're going to if you're going to decide, I don't think any of the top three from each side actually were better than anybody else. But if you're going to give it, I think you'd have to give it to Spurs because our top three done the business. Yeah, and it was Kane and Son that, Kane set up the pass for Sessegnon for Son to score, whereas Liverpool just huffed and puffed. Yes, Diaz was probably the better out of the three in terms of Salah and Mane, but again, he didn't cause as much damage as, like you said, you was fearing that he was gonna. I don't think he did because Emerson Romero done a job on him, and I think all their shots were outside. They weren't even inside. They were like shooting from outside, trying, and getting blocks and whatever. Whereas our front three, I think, slightly created a little bit better, and I think we were more fluent and more lethal, even though we only scored one goal. But I think it was sort of a bit of a draw. But if you're gonna give it to someone, then you have to give it to Spurs because we got the goal. All right, Diaz got the goal, but that was a deflection from outside the area. So it was a battle of the front three. But I think in the end, I think they'd probably give it as a draw. To be fair.
I was just going to add to that, Sam, as well. I think the test of knowing how good a front three is if you sit there watching the game and you're wishing you had one of their players. Yeah. And I can tell you for a fact, there was no point during the game that I think I wanted any of the front three from Liverpool. I didn't want Salah. I didn't want Mane. And Diaz is good, but you know what? I'm happy with Kulu. I thought Kulu fits in more of our team. I was trying to think to myself if Diaz was on the kind of on the where's Kulusevski? Where is he on our right hand side? Would he be as effective? I'm not so sure. I think Kulu does a great job. We got to put some respect. Yeah, he's not as flamboyant. He's not going to do the kind of no look pass. But you know what? What he does is absolutely great for us. And the mere fact that we can say as Spurs fans, good on you. You got Mane, great mate, good for you. You've got Diaz, great for you. You've got Salah, great for you. Means that we've got a bloody world-class front three. I think for us, what we didn't have, and I think it's not about the front three, it's about the middle of the park.
Yeah. I agree.
We did not have
good point.
Thiago. Because that guy was pulling some passes. I was thinking, where's our version of Thiago?
He's key to Liverpool. He's key to this current Liverpool team.
He makes
Thiago,
move. He keeps 100%. Everything moving. And because they've got three in midfield, it's easier for that to happen. When you've got two, it's so hard because you both have to be so aggressive, but then you've got to be calm, collected when you get the ball. Then you've got to try and find your other player. When you got three, you might be able, they always look to find Thiago. Do you know what I'm saying? I saw Henderson look to find him, Fabinho look to find him, and then he's the one who can set things up. Like you were saying, Deji, an Eriksen type player who's calm, knows what he's doing, looks and sees the pass that he knows and makes the right passes or attempts to make the right passes and set things up. He's got the tempo and he has that tempo setting ability, which is something I don't think we have. We haven't got a tempo setter at all. Yeah. We've got hustle and bustle. We've got counter-attack threat. We've got quick transitions, but nobody who can control this game, slow it down, speed it up. There's no one like that in our team at the moment. So we're going to really need that. Let's have a look at some of the stats because the stats might make some interesting reading for us here. We'll go through it as quickly as we can. Right then, hopefully coming on screen any second now. There we go. Okay. So Liverpool 1, Tottenham 1, Diaz 74th minute, Son in the 56th minute for us. The assist, Thiago for Liverpool, Sessegnon for us. Possession 66 to 34%. Shots 22 to our 8. Shots on target, as you can see, 3 each. Corners 11. I was getting a bit fearful when they were getting some of them corners because wow.
Yeah, so was I. Especially when Van Dijk hit the crossbar.
Oh yeah, I was thinking Trent because Trent. The difference between our corners, if you watched our corners, Son was rubbish on the corners. I don't know what was going on today. He's rubbish. Trent every single time was there. Yeah,
you know what? My boy said to me, you know what the difference is? If we had decent left backs, right, our corners would be decent. And I thought, you know what? It's true. Because if you look at their corner takers, they're left backs or right backs, aren't they? We've got Son who never beats the front man, ever.
I think with Sessegnon, it's a confidence thing. Sessegnon just needs confidence. I think he constantly needs to be told, keep going. You're doing well. And yeah, he's just a confidence player.
I won't lie to you. That geezer at left back that came on for Robinson from Olympiacos, I did think he's bloody good, isn't he?
He's a good player, Tsimikas, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what again? You know, not trying to take the conversation left, but I am thinking he came from Olympiacos. This is a player we could have picked up because I think he's better than Robinson. I really do. I think he's bloody good, mate.
There's a few players. Judge Jody mentioned it in the chat. Like that could have. What's his name? Plays at Brighton. The left back. Cucurella. He's another one. He looks half decent.
Yeah, he's alright. Yeah, I think he just looks like a weirdo. Like
he does look like a weirdo, but we can take that because we've got some weirdos in our squad anyway. Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on to the table, and this is what the table looks like at the present time. So Liverpool have gone top by goal difference by 1 goal. I think it is in terms of the goal difference that might. I should have checked that out before I got that, but yeah. Man City in second place on 83 points as well. Chelsea 67. Arsenal now 63 points without playing, and we are now 62 points. Goal difference of 20 still, 7 better than Arsenal. Manchester United, they're out of it now. We can only finish as low as 5th, guys.
That's why I was clapping. That's why I was clapping. You know what guaranteed Europa League? None of that
conference business. The one that Jose's crying about being in the final, that's bless Jose for that. Deji, can we still do it? Top 4, can we still do it?
You know what? I said from the beginning of the season that we were going to finish 4th. I'm sticking with it. The only thing is, there's twists and turns. I think we can. I think the Liverpool result, I think if we lost today, we're going to be out. I wanted to quickly say why I think we're going to do it. This week, I was saying I actually thought we might win, and we could have won, and hence the disappointment. We are going to smash Arsenal to pieces because we love playing against teams that think they can take us. That's what Liverpool tried to do today. They couldn't do it. Arsenal, in all of their kind of weirdness, they know they're not a good team. Their players are going to turn up on Thursday thinking they can beat us, and we're going to spank them 4 or 5-0. My only concern is Newcastle and Everton. I think Everton's in the bottom 3, mate. So I really think it's not plain sailing for them. Norwich has gone down. That's our last game of the season. So they're going to play the little under-23s, and we're going to give them a spanking. But I think we can. I think it's going to go to the wire. I think Spurs win. I think Arsenal probably beat Leeds tomorrow. But I see them dropping points against Newcastle and Everton, and I see us winning. I see us winning the rest of the remaining games of the season. So, yes, the answer is yes. And for those of you, not financial advice, you're not going to get much money. Or stick a nice little 50 quid, you get 60 quid back on Spurs finishing 4th.
You know what? If Arsenal do make it, you have to give them ratings for winning that. Who is it? United, Chelsea, and West Ham.
No, can I just say? No, you know why? That week, and I'm putting it out there, and I want to put it live and direct. There needs to be an investigation. That was match fixing. I agree. The only thing is this, though, I will say this: I thought there was match fixing that week, but Chelsea drew today, guys.
Yeah.
And they are going through a bit of a slump that they might not get out. So we might get top 4.
No. Stop that. Deji, stop that talk now. Stop that talk now. Right. I'm happy that the Chelsea are getting through the ringer. Don't get me wrong. I'm happy they're getting through the ringer. But they'll have enough. Even if the players just turn up. You know what I mean? Even if the players just turn up. They don't need any more than them. Then they can win at least 1 more game. And that's all they really need to do. Win 1 more game out of 3. So I'm kind of just focused on Arsenal. Them mans, they will win. I said, I'm not going to obviously say I can see into the future, but I can't see them losing tomorrow. They know they have to win that game. And they're at home. And I think they'll do everything. Even if they have to put 9 up front, they'll do it and they'll somehow come away. I just don't think Leeds are going to be robust enough to keep them out.
But Leeds can't afford to lose as well, isn't it?
They can't afford to lose. They can't afford. But because Burnley lost and because Everton, again, they play tomorrow, that's going to be the problem. If Everton win, then I think Leeds kind of drop into that bottom 3 because Burnley were above. It's a madness.
Yeah,
so Leeds, you're right. Leeds have to win tomorrow, but I can't see it. So again, I'm
Or
looking at
draw.
Arsenal winning
You know
that
what?
game.
Don't underestimate Leeds tomorrow because that Marshy's doing a good job for him, and they're playing some decent football. Don't underestimate him. I'm telling you that now.
I haven't been watching them, to be honest. I'm
No,
not
they've
gonna
been
lie.
doing. I've been watching them, and they've been playing quite well.
Okay.
All right, they still
I think
concede,
Leeds
but
can do something.
yeah, I think Leeds will be up for it tomorrow. Honestly, don't underestimate them.
No, they'll be up for it. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I just think of it like this: Arsenal, they've got that little bit more of a, I don't know. I hate to say the word robustness, but where we kind of didn't take advantage of it, they know they have to. They're at home, so unless they have a real bad situation where they go 1 goal down, 2, whatever it is, they're going to be in the game. And even if the last couple of minutes they need to just get a goal, they'll throw the keeper in there. They'll throw everything in there. They'll probably even get troops out the stand or something to play for the last, because that's how desperate they're going to be.
Yeah.
So I expect them to win. I expect it to be a tough game. But it's all about Thursday for me.
I'd love.
I don't want to sound cliched. When Arsenal lost 3 games on the trot, and we were finishing full, people kept saying, there's still going to be twists. There's still going to be twists and turns. And I didn't want to kind of buy into any of that twist and turn malarkey. But dare I say, we saw twists and turns. I actually think we're going to see more twists and turns. I think Arsenal are gonna struggle. I'm hoping if Arsenal flop against Leeds tomorrow, which is a possibility because they're playing against teams fighting for their life, mate, it's game on. I don't think it's plain sailing. Look, Brighton beat Man United 4-0 today. We didn't see that coming. Wolves got a 2-2 draw at Chelsea. Look, mate, you'd be surprised. It's been one of them kind of seasons where it's kind of crazy. I think what we got to do is speak into the atmosphere that leads to take 3 points at the Emirates tomorrow. Let's just speak it in. They spank them. They beat Arsenal 1-0. They do a Brighton, and then it's game on, mate. Then it's
just
game
need them to
on.
draw. Just need Leeds to do like how we played, very, very tight defensively. Maybe play on the counter. I haven't seen much of them since Bielsa left, so I'm assuming they're not playing this man-for-man marking business, which they did before. They must have a bit more of a compact shape. So I'm expecting to see that tomorrow. So for that reason, it's going to be tough. But like I said, I just think Arsenal, they'll find a way.
Let's not talk about them. Let's talk about Tottenham.
Yeah, that's true. Let's talk about us. Sid, the game on Thursday then. May as well look forward to it. Even before Arsenal play tomorrow, are you expecting us to win that game?
Listen, it's a North London derby, right? And it does. You know what? We've not realized over the years, you can be on a winning streak of 400 games, on a losing streak of 400 games. When you come to that North London derby, it's about heart, passion, and who wants it the most. And both teams are going to be fired up because not only because it's North London derby, not because it's Tottenham Arsenal. It's the fact that we're both now pushing for that top 4 spot. So it's going to be, I'm telling you, it's going to be the game of the season, and everyone's going to be, mouths are going to be watering, and there's going to be some tears and whatever, and they're going to be, them tears are going to be underneath me, and I'll make sure they'll be crying on, because I'll be there representing Paxton Road with my hoodie on Thursday. And I expect us to win, to be fair, because at home, with all that many fans behind us, and it's just going to be electric, mate. After today's performance as well. If we had put in a dodgy performance today, I could have probably thought, but putting in that performance today, I think everyone, even Emerson Royal, everyone is going to, get, the fans are going to be 100% behind them. And that atmosphere, I'm telling you now, them tickets are going to be like gold dust because everybody's going to want to go to that game. And I'm so glad I'm going to be there. And I expect us to win. I expect us to win that game.
100%.
Have Burnley got a midweek game?
I think. Do you know what?
Because we've got Thursday, then we're playing a Sunday at 1 o'clock.
Yeah, I know.
Where are they getting?
No, it's 12 o'clock, I think, or something, isn't it?
Burnley
Can't be 12 o'clock.
Burnley need to suck themselves.
It's early on Sunday.
Burnley's is 12:30 on. It's not even on a Sunday, is it?
Burnley,
Sunday we're playing.
Burnley,
We're playing on a Sunday, but I think Burnley, have they got a midweek game?
I'm just going to have a look now. It's Arsenal, Villa.
Spurs struggle with early games.
No, Burnley
Burnley
haven't
got
got a
a
game.
midweek. They don't.
No,
They don't.
Burnley have got no midweek game, but they've got some
they haven't.
significant injuries. I think Tarkovsky went off today. There's another defender that they've lost as well, so they're going through the rings in terms of players. But again, look, this time of the season, it's not about anything other than the will to win, the heart, the fight, the spirit, whatever you want to call it. You don't have to play well these days. You just got to win your games. At the end of the day, we've seen craziness. We've seen Brighton turn over Man United 4-0, having not scored or won at home in 2022. I don't even know if they've had many goals in 2022 at their home ground. And they go and score 4. Who knows what's going to happen tomorrow? Who knows what's going to happen come Thursday?
Do you know what? I was going to say, on Sunday, right, we're 12 o'clock kickoff. There's 5 games at 2 o'clock and 1 at 4:30. Why are we 12 o'clock? I have never ever seen a game on Sunday at 12 o'clock. So I don't understand.
It's a fix. There has been some sort of. There should be some investigations because that what's his name? That Craig Paulson. When I've seen what he's been doing, and I'm seeing them looks that he's giving Arteta, how he looked when the Man City game when we got the winner in that game, he didn't like that, and some of the decisions. I think that they've conspired to get everything down to these last few games. They've done it with regards to the top 4, they've done it with regards to the league, and they've done it with regards to the bottom 3. You know, 2 teams have gone. There's still one big team that's going to go down. It's either going to be Leeds, Burnley, or Everton. Perfect for Sky and BT. They can't have asked for anything better. So you know what? Maybe a little. I'm not saying nothing. I can't say that. That's controversial, allegedly. Let's finish this off then. Right then. So 3 games left after today. How many points are you expecting us to get in these 3 games? Start with you, Marlon. Go for it.
I don't know. I'm gonna say win them all. And you know what I'd love Spurs to do? Win on the last day, Arsenal to lose. And you know what happened to us at West Ham?
Yeah, that's horrible.
That years ago when we had so many players ill. I want us to win it on the last day.
Lasagna Gate, that was it. Lasagna Gate.
That still haunts me. I swear, that's why I don't even like West Ham. That game haunts me. The way we lost it. Anyway. But I think we can just pull it all off.
I haven't had pasta since.
Lasagna Gate. That was something that was. Oh, I'll never forget that. So you think all 3 games, Deji?
Yeah, no, I agree with Marlon. I think we're going to take 9 points. I think the stars have aligned for us. I think the mere fact that the North London derby is taking place at our grounds is an omen that we're gonna snatch top 4. I think Arsenal are going to come at Spurs, but I think the boys are ready. We played Man City, we played Liverpool. We love teams to come at us. It suits us. And if you think Cedric the Entertainer is going to stop Son at right back, then you've got another thing coming. So I think Spurs get all 9 points. Like I said, I think Everton will snatch it. Everton will stay up. They're one of the ever-presents, and they're going to put their heart on the line on that last game of the season. It won't be. It's probably going to bang it.
Dele Alli.
You know them ones. So
now you really are trying. Points. That's trying our luck.
Dele Alli is going to score an overhead kick.
Jesus Christ. Before I come to Sid, do you know the 2 teams who are actually murdering the world of football, Manchester City and Liverpool, we ain't lost them this season in the league? Isn't that mad? That's mad. We beat Man City twice and drew with Liverpool twice, home and away. That's the madness about what I'm seeing with this Spurs team. Because I look man for man, I think there's no way on earth that this level of players should be anywhere close to them. But it just shows with a bit of organisation and a good manager, as you were saying, not just a coach, a good manager as well. It makes a huge difference when you set up. The other thing I think is because we was the underdogs. In the games where we're looking to win and be the aggressor, we don't seem to be able to be on the front foot. I think this way of playing suits us down to the ground.
Going back to the Burnley game, sorry for cutting.
Yeah, go on.
Burnley have to attack, so they're not going to sit back against us. Or unless they sit back for like 60 minutes and try to go for it last 30,
That's what
30 minutes. Yeah. But they have to get the point, so it might open up space for us. So, yeah.
So these last 3 games, apart from probably the Norwich one, because Norwich, they should be playing under 21s. And even if they don't, they'll be on the beach. Look what happened to Fulham today. Fulham have won the league and they got spanked. I think it was 4-0. So they'll be on the beach.
Yeah.
Sid, how many points then?
So, you know what? All I'm going to say, yeah, is this is for Mr. Jews, right? Rising up, straight to the top, had the guts, got the glory, went the distance. Now I'm not gonna stop. Just a man and his will to survive. It's the eye of the tiger. Is the anyway? No, I'm not gonna give you. And I've told you this. You keep asking me this week in week out. I ain't gonna give my predictions for the rest of the season. One game at a time, and the next game is Arsenal. We go there and we do the job and we move upwards and onwards to Burnley. So I'm going to say we go to Arsenal and we play that game. Forget what they do tomorrow. We take them on Thursday. We beat their asses down at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium and we set the challenge and we take the gauntlet and say to them, come at us, fam. Come at us.
Yeah, one game at a time indeed. That's why you were singing it, because Jews Nuts is giving you the Eye of the Tiger song, please, Sid. That's why, okay. Tom O'Brien in here saying, get a dirty German 9-9. Like I said, we have to win them now. Arsenal, it doesn't matter. I don't care if we kick them to death. I don't care if we only have one shot and it's a 1-0. I don't care how we win it. We just need them 3 points. At home, every fan's got to be behind. There's one game of the season where it doesn't matter. We've just got to stay with the players no matter how they play and get them through it, because that's what teams like Liverpool do with Anfield. You saw what the crowd was like. As soon as they got that equaliser, they were right up them. And I was thinking, this is going to be tough.
Was it just me, or did you, when they scored, did you just think like someone just raised the volume by like 5,000 decimals?
It's mad.
It just went mental, didn't it?
It's mad. That Anfield's like that. Every time I've been there, it's
and that's what we need to do on Thursday, because we're going to be playing under the lights. The lights are the light show and everything Thursday night under the lights. We just need, I'm telling you, we just need to perform, and we'll get the point.
True.
Oh, guys, look, I just wanted to add this before, because I know we're wrapping up, and I know that a lot of the Spurs players watch this show. I just want to thank the boys. Thank you, boys, for giving us something to fight for to the end of the season. Because how boring would it be? How boring would this show be if we finished bloody mid-table or we were in the Conference League? You know, Champions League, trying to get top 4 is obviously it's the next best thing to winning the league. But the excitement around trying to get that 4th position is almost like what is going on between Man City and Liverpool right now. And I just want to thank the players, thank the fans for allowing us to actually have something to play for right until the bloody end. Because if you were Crystal Palace right now, you ain't got nothing to bloody play for. You know what I'm saying? Or bloody Brighton. So let's just put some respect on the boys' name. Let's just be optimistic. They've got 3 games to get it over the line. And then what a bloody season. And then we look to the summer to see what Conte he gets rid of half the team. I will just want to say this. I love Lucas Moura as a person. I love him. He's got a good heart. But I think if he played today, we probably don't get the point.
It's time for Lucas to say bye-bye now. It's bye-bye for Lucas now. In the summertime, thank you for the memories. We cannot thank you enough, but it's time to go. It's time to go. Let's just have some final thoughts from you, Sid, then Deji, then you, Marlon. Final thoughts, Sid.
You know what? People need to listen to Paxton Road, come on Talking Points, come on the preview show and listen to us, because we said yesterday, don't be down. Because remember when we said it, Christina and Tanya's faces was like, are you lot on drugs? What's wrong with you lot? We're going to get whacked. We're going to get whacked. You know, I had a Liverpool fan ring me today. Yo, what's up? You went, how many are we going to score today? I went, who? You went, Liverpool.
The arrogance.
You ain't going to score, mate.
Arrogance indeed.
And he goes to me, we're going to score 3. I said, listen, mate. And I said what I said yesterday, Conte's got a plan for you lot, so just be careful. Yeah? So it's the arrogance of him. And you know what it is? It is, we just take each game as it is. It's like Conte is at the wheel now, right? And he's got them drilled. He's got them ready. And today's performance said it all. All right, we had a little bit of a blips here and there, but it's work in progress. And like you said, Deji, if these players, the Royals, the Sessignons and Davises and all them lot are putting in performances like this against Liverpool, who are going for a quadruple, you've got to give the man bigger. You've got to, you've got to give them their dues and say, you know what, well done. Because under Nuno, mate, we would have been done and dusted. And
these shows would have been absolutely terrible, because we'd have been probably something like 11 for 12, and we'd have been just going through the motions right now. I don't even know what we'd be like.
Exactly. And one final thing before I go, and the commentator said, We've outscored Liverpool since January this season.
That's right.
And that says it all. That says it all.
Yeah.
Good point. Good point. Deji, represented with that nice Paxton Road hoodie there. Where'd you get one of them from? That's nice. We like that. Anyway,
I was sporting it in Madrid. You know, the Madrid fans wanting to get their Paxton Road, so expect big orders coming through from abroad. Look, for me, I hear what Sid's saying. Sid is my brother, and you know, I just want to say, for me, the biggest thing that I can take away from today's performance is the mentality. Spurs had something to rely on, and we're playing under pressure. Whatever happens, we can see that there's been a shift. Whether we get fourth or fifth, that's better than last season by any stretch. So for me, look, I'm optimistic. I think we can get it over the line. But even if we don't, you know that we've got the right man in Conte. And things are looking up for Spurs. You know, everything's in place. The foundations have been laid. And I think with the plan that they've got going forward in the summer, I think we can only be excited. I hope we do it. I hope we do it. I believe we can do it, boys. So let's enjoy. The thing what I want for us Spurs fans as a final thing is, if you want to be in the big time, you have to act like the big timers. So you can't be bottling it, saying, oh, you know, I want to see. No. Liverpool were like, no, we're going to play Spurs this weekend. We're going to beat Spurs. Man City, we can't be shying. So when we're playing these teams, we have to pump our chest up. When we were playing Liverpool today, I said, no, I think we're going to win. And we got a draw. We have to always aim high. Do you get what I'm saying, guys? So we're asking the players to do it, but us as fans, we also have to project that on the guys, because if you come into the stadium on Thursday acting all nervous, the players feel it, and then they give you a nervous performance. So for me, I just want to see us fans, you know, have a little bit more kahunas. Do you know what I mean? And let's take that to the end of the season. And that's all I've got to say.
Deji, I love that. And that's exactly spot on. But you know what Spurs do to us? When we had that 3-game run, then we come against Brighton. I was like, yeah, this is the 4-5-0, and they would lose. So this is what I'm saying. This team, they can do that to us. They can make me pump my chest out like I would do it now. And then we come Thursday and they don't turn up, and we'll be just doing this whole cycle. So yes, I agree. I think we've seen a change and a mentality shift, but we have to see it continue on Thursday. That's all I know. All I want to see is the same level of, not necessarily even the result has to be. It's a result, not necessarily performance, but that determination to, right, we're going to win at any cost. Whatever we need to do, we're going to need to do it. And that's what I want to see. So if it means, you know, throwing Lucas Moura, Bergwijn on in place of defenders, then we have to do that. But I'm not sure Conte's quite as, you know, avant-garde as that. Anyway, Marlon, final thoughts.
I'm gonna give an overall assessment of the whole season. I think coming where we've come from, Spurs have done well to even make Europa League. So I have to give Conte and even Levy, my friend, some credit. They've done well. They've made it into Europa League from where they've come from. And to be honest, I'm quite happy with what they are. I have been missing the last couple of weeks because it's been an emotional roller coaster this season, man. Seriously, man. I've had some serious mood swings over Spurs. And I think because I've got to a stage the last couple of weeks, I don't care. And then today I cared again. I was all right. But I'm not going to get my hopes up too high and then they start to go crazy again. So I'm just accepting. I'm accepting Europa League.
How it feels to be me having to do every single show.
Yeah, that's how I've been
imagine? Oh my God. Sometimes I feel like I just don't want to get on this thing.
I rate you that.
Jesus Christ, it's hard. And when I went to watch the game last weekend as well, the first 20 minutes, I was like, how the hell do you come and watch this every week, Sid? What are you doing? It was terrible. It was terrible. So Spurs, we know what we might get. We might get apples. We might get apples with lots of maggots in it as well. Anyway.
And you have to, last thing, you have to give Conte credit because he's working with a bunch of players that, I would say potentially we've got a first team squad minus maybe 2 or 3 players. So imagine what he would do if he has a full team of his players in that squad. Come on, look what we've got to, and we've outscored Liverpool with this team, and we're not even that creative. So
look at the benches today. Did you compare the benches today? I was like, what the hell?
Our bench was absolutely.
Oh my God!
And when I saw to make our substitution, he brings on Sanchez. I know we've got a problem in our substitution. That's when I know we've got a problem. So we need to sort that out in the summertime. Otherwise, This will be a long season next season.
telling you.
Anyway, gentlemen, I think we've done enough. Deji, Sid, Marlon, superb.
No. We haven't had your final thoughts, mate.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
what's your
my
final
final-
thought? Sorry, yeah, that's
okay.
good.
Come on.
Okay. Right, I think we'll win all 3 games. We will beat Arsenal. We have to beat Arsenal, and once we get that will cement us through. Because Burnley, as you were saying, Marlon, I think they're going to have to come to attack, and they've got significant injuries. I think we'll roll them over. I say roll them over. We'll win the game, and then it will be just down to that last game of the season. Whatever situation it is, I'm hoping it's a situation where everything's in our own hands, and we have to win to get the top 4, as opposed to Arsenal having to lose. Because when it's like that, you just don't know, do you? But if we can at least get these next 2 games over the line, I think it's going to go down to that last game of the season anyway. So who knows, lads? Who knows? So I think we'll take 9 points. That's what I'm going to say. 9 poits for us. There you go. Is that? Am I all right with that? Am I all right with that? There.
All right, that's all right.
So
I'm going
make
one
sure.
game at a time as well, though.
See, maybe do all that and then 1 game at a time. All right then. Please make sure you hit that like button if you're still here. We've got to get as many likes as possible. Helps out with the channel massively. Notification bell as well. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are new. Share all this content around. Come back and join us on Paxton Road. We'll have much more for you. Obviously, the game coming up, so we'll have talking points on Tuesday, and also look out for the preview show and the review show for the game versus Arsenal, which is next week, Thursday. And breathe again. That is it now, gentlemen. Let's see where the new outro is or intro is like that. It's quite nice. Anyway, that is it. Thank you, Deji. Thank you, Marlon, and thank you, Sid.
Have a nice week.
Pleasure. See you guys again soon.